So Google is currently down 8.58% on the day chart, this being due to their Q4 report coming out, and they are hedging their bets with AI further and further despite the controversy around Nvidia and DeepSeek at the moment. With the stock falling 8% on the morning of the trading Wednesday after the quarterly numbers came in a bit short of revenue expectations, as earnings per share came in well ahead of consensus, which it did. I think it was 2 cents above. Despite the decrease of $90 million from analysts' predictions, the company recorded a $96 billion in Q4 revenue of 12% year-over-year increase. Google Cloud, including costs associated with YouTube, brought in $11.96 billion in revenue, $490 million shy of estimates, and net income rose 28% to $26 billion. With the tech giant's plans to spend more money on AI development than expected this year, and its cloud business expanded at a slightly lower rate in the fourth quarter than the streets had anticipated. With Google intending to spend $75 billion on capital projects this year, which is way above the $57.9 billion that analysts on average were expecting, most of these funds were used to launch servers and data centers to facilitate AI. So we can see here on an MACD trend line indicator that we are essentially still actually in a long run despite this massive sell-off in the last 24 hours. Despite this, we could actually expect this to close off in the next couple of hours to days. Well, it wouldn't be hours, of course, but days to weeks. But in my opinion, I don't know if we're going to see that. So this is a analysis in which I conducted around about a week ago, probably not even that, and essentially this is the intrinsic value in which I actually managed to conduct for Google. So here on the left we have an intrinsic value set at $248, and on the right, more bearish, we have a intrinsic value set at $142. So with the price being currently set at $190, it is fair to say that the stock could potentially be somewhat fairly to overvalued. However, that doesn't mean to say I don't think that this is still a great opportunity to buy into Google, as they are a leader in quantum computing and obviously have massive infrastructure within AI. I think that Google is always going to be a good stock to hold, and this could be a really good buying opportunity. I currently don't hold any Google myself, but I might utilize these next couple of days to buy into a position in Google, as we can see here that we are massively down. So if we look on the analysis page on Yahoo Finance, we can see that they actually beat the earnings per share by $0.02, so 2 cents essentially, and we have actually beat the surprise rate here by only 1%, which is actually still a net positive for Google, and I don't think that it is warranting such a large sell-off, but I think investors were actually expecting a bit better, and with their move towards more AI development, maybe investors are a bit hesitant, as obviously we have seen a lot of speculation around Nvidia at the moment, especially with DeepSeek and that sort of issue. But in my opinion, again, I'm still very bullish on Google, despite it being slightly fairly to overvalued currently. I do just think that in the long run, this stock is always going to do really well and outperform the S&P, with their growth rate year over year for next year being 14%. For a company the size of Google, I still think it's just an amazing time to be buying into this stock. So with that being said, I wanted to keep this video relatively brief. I just wanted to let you know the reasoning for this Google sell-off if you weren't entirely sure. But yeah, if you are holding Google, I would suggest to continue holding. If you're not holding Google, this could be a brilliant buying opportunity, with the PE ratio only being so low at 23. I think it's fair to say it could be a really good opportunity going forth. But I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. And I would like to point out, I do now have a green screen. If you are a keen watcher of mine, you would notice that before I was just recording behind me and it looked a bit naff. So I have now upgraded to a green screen. So I'm going to end this video here. Again, very brief one, but I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.